experience in managing project team and design team.
Generally, responsible for design or technical management of multiple assigned projects working under minimum supervision of the Director of Interiors. Oversees the entire project team, including out-of-house consultants of several medium to large-size projects. Project role may principally be design or technology or management focus depend on the capability of the individual. A project manager represents the firm interest through effective project leadership and action that advance the firm's mission and business interests. The project manager speaks for the firm and conducts him or herself in a manner commensurate with a senior position in the organization. Responsibility and expectation of the project manager extend beyond the project-focused tasks.
Definitions of project team. A project team is a team whose members usually belong to different groups, functions, and are assigned to activities for the same project.
Definition: Design team. A design management is the business discipline that uses project management, design, strategy, and supply chain technique to control a creative process, support a culture of creativity, and build a structure and organization for design.
What are the phases included in managing design or project team, and which phase is the hardest? It is said by Ms. Shafika that to choose which team experiencing the hardest part or phases is subjective. Managing design or project team depend on the capability of the project manager and senior designer itself. For an instance, if you are good in design development, you will say that the task is simple, and if you are not excel in detailing, you will definitely say that to do so is hard. That is when talking about design. Usually, for a bigger company, they will for sure separate two different teams, which are design development team and another one will be project team. As for project team, they will summarize all the drawings, specifications, detailing from project designer team to be fixed at the site. So this basically means that anything on the site will be decided by the project designer team, and definitely both teams have their own head or chief. How do a company usually decide when creating a design or project team? It is basically depends on the employee's working experiences. The company also will be choosing by looking from the earlier showmanship and capability of the employees, such as creating 3D visualizers, detailings, and also presentations of the employees. This is because not all will be able to do specific tasks given. As for project team, they tend to manage people rather than managing design. Thus, based on the performance shown, they will be chosen accordingly to fit the team. This is the typical selection to form a team because it tends to create a better team and will definitely not be chosen randomly because it will appear that some of the employees are not capable of doing the jobs or tasks given by the head of the team. What are the effective ways on managing a design or project team? For a bigger company, they usually base on coordination and communication. Plus, they will have some meetings consisted of regular meeting, design team meeting, and project team meeting itself. For an instance, design team will discuss an ongoing project that they are handling, and the members of the team have to update the progress such as on-site progress, problems, etc. Moreover, for both project and design team, they will have their own head or chief for the teams. For bigger company, Their organization structure will be consisted of design director. He or she will be brainstorming the first concept with the senior designer, and from there the senior designer have to develop and cooperate with the junior designers, CAD team, etc., and then submit it to the design director to be presented back to the client. What are the common problems faced in managing design or project team? According to Ms. Shafiqah, the most common problem is normally the deadline for the design team to complete all the works for the assigned projects. Moreover, the other problem stated was from the client himself or herself. For an instance, sometimes the clients give a short time to complete a bigger project. As for the project team, the most common problem is the contractor progress and workmanship in order to complete their projects, because normally the contractors will always cause an issue in finishing the projects in construction phase.
Specific expectations or concerns about project team or design team. Usually, based on experience and capability of the staff, if he or she can handle 4 projects in one time, so the project manager will give the trust to him or her to complete the project. And also based on capability each of the staff, in order to make the team complete the progress to the deadline given by the client. What are the risks to project manager when deciding design teams and project team? The risk usually based on the head of both team. For project manager, he or she will only go for project management. So, the most common risk is the team do not have enough staff or worker to complete the project. And for design manager, also facing the same risk, which will affect the project itself. There are many positions in order to complete. For the head position, they will at least have experience in all positions such as junior designer, senior designer, and others. They should be from ID background. How to improve in managing design and project team to meet the desired project objective. It is based on the company condition itself. They have to consider the quantity of the workmanship and have to fix all the positions in order to make the project run smoothly. For example, if the company have project manager but lack of site supervisor, the company have to replace the position with others so that there will be no distraction will occur to complete a project, so that the company have to verify all the position in order to run a project smoothly.
What are the requirements in order to become a good project manager? In order to become a good project manager, you need to have well experience in all positions in interior design. It is not depending on how many years, it depending on how fast you can catch up all the things, and usually for a new becoming a project manager, he or she will follow the boss first to meet a client, go for a presentation show, and also know all the work sequences. So from there, he or she will get some knowledge in order to become a good project manager. What are the most difficult design or project team you have experienced as a project manager? The most difficult. For a big project, they usually have about 10 to 15 interior design contractors. The hardest and difficult part is when to communicate with all of them at the same time and to make the constructions proceed accordingly to the phases to meet the deadline. There are also too many zones in construction phases. Consists of Zone A, B, C, D, and so on. And sometimes there are interfacing parts which none of the contractor claims that are their part of constructions, so it is also difficult to handle. And also it takes almost for 2.5 years to complete the project, and this project is based from the past project of the project manager in Dubai, which is a hotel project. Do you have some tips or advices to the future project manager? Tips and advices are: start from the ground or bottom. You will have to experience all the works and have to know the work of the other parts such as M&E, landscape, Q&S, and so on, and have to know all the sequences in order to become a good project manager. To become a real project manager, you will actually need to go through a course form of all those positions involving construction phases and have to get a qualification first, and it is not simple to become a project manager, but it is not impossible to become one. It's only take time and money to become a real good and great project manager in the future.